For the review, Unit 2, the graph shows the number of percentage of radioactive substance remaining over years. So if they give you points, I would suggest that you put them into a table of X and Y. So you got 1, 2, and 3, 50, 25, and 12.5. Now you can take that over to the calculator, go to spreadsheets, which is number 4. And as you remember, X and Y at the top, and then label 1, 2, and 3, and then 50, 25, and then 12.5. Since this is not straight, it's a exponential equation. Do menu for 1A, menu for 1A, X, and then Y, and I get 100 for my A, 0.5 for my B, so it's going to be Y equals 100, 0.5 to the X, which is going to be, I think there's a typo, so it's supposed to be this one. Whoops. All right, so that's supposed to be 100. That's funny. Oops. All right, well, hopefully there's no more typos. Number 2. On number 2. So once again, we have a table of payments, okay? So if you think about this as X and Y, you can once again do a spreadsheet. So new document, don't save, spreadsheets, because we want a function that models it. We know we're going to do the spreadsheets. Now we're putting in the days, 21, 22, 23, 24, and now we're putting in these long numbers. It's a lot of money, okay? 2971.52, 41, 943.04, 83, 886.08. And again, since all our answer choices are exponential, we're talking about exponential stuff. Whoops. We're going to do menu for 1A, X for X, Y for Y. So we got A as 0.005 and B is 2. And A times B to the X, so it's 0.005 times 2 to the power of X, which is going to be letter D. Okay. Once again, number 3, the table represents an exponential situation. Let's do an exponential graph. So new document, don't save, spreadsheets, X and Y at the top. And we're labeling these years through 5. And then go up, and then 259, 267, 501, 626. It says exponential, so we do menu for 1A, X for X, Y for Y, and I get these. So this is about 170.2, this is about 1.4, so it's about 170.2, 1.4 to the power of X. Remember, it's A times B to the X, so we get letter C. Number 4, part of an exponential function is graphed on the grid, which inequality best represents the domain. Domain is X from left to right. Now, do you see how to the left it's going forever and ever? That's negative infinity, right? To the right, it stops at 1, right? So we could say that X is going this way less than 1. So you could say that x is less than 1, and since it's shaded in, it's underlined. Or flip it around, 1 is greater than x. Okay? But the main thing is that if it's shaded, it means it's going to be underlined. Okay? So x is less than 1, and less than or equal to 1. Okay. This says, what's the best graph for y equals 5 parentheses 3 to the x? Well, let's go to a new document. Let's actually graph 5 parentheses 3 to the power of x. Now this does not look like C or D. And right here, this point, right here, it's hitting at 5. So does it hit at 1? Nope. It's got to be hitting right here at 0, 5. And how can I tell? Because that's my Y-intercept. Cool. Number 6. What is the value of the Y-intercept of this graph? Well, we literally just said this, but oh my goodness. When you have y equals a times b to the x, the y-intercept is a, which is 14. B is your rate, your multiplier, but your y-intercept is 14. Doesn't matter where you put on that grid. Okay, number 7. Now, it's a bad printout, but there's supposed to be like lines right here. And I wish they weren't so thick. Oh well. Which is the best represented? First, let's find mx plus b, the slope. So how much does it go rise over run, right? So the slope. Actually, you know what? There we go. That's why. I'm wondering why that was looking ugly. So we, oh. I'm sorry, it's kind of hard to see this stuff the way it is. Hopefully that kind of helps, but back to what we were doing. Okay, so you want to find the rise over run. So it rises 1, 2, 3, 4, down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, positive 5. So m, rise over down is negative. So we have our m, and then our b value right there. The b right there is 3, okay? So y equals negative 4 over 5 plus 3, x plus 3. That's letter B. Okay, that's kind of ugly and hard to see, but the test will be easier. So the values in the table represent a linear relationship between x and y. What is the range, rate of change? That you got to know rate of change means slope, okay, or your m value. If you remember, slope is change in y over change in x. So let's find that change in y. Let's find that change in x. Change in y is going up 4, 4, 4, 4. That's cool. And the x is going up 2, 2, 2, and 2. So if I do change in y over change in x, it'll be 4 over 2, which is 2. Okay, not just 4, 4 over 2. Okay, what's the equation of a slope-intercept form of a line? Okay, linear, that goes through this point and this point. I highly suggest that you make a little table. Okay, x and y, -5, -3, 0, 8. Don't you know how to do a linear regression? You go into spreadsheets and do menu 4, 1, 3 for linear. So new document, spreadsheets, x and y at the top, -5, 0, -3, 8. Again, since it says line, it's linear. We do menu 4, 1, 3, 3, 4, linear. X is x, y is y. I get mx plus b. Now, 2.2 is 11 over 5, okay? 2.2 equals 11 over 5. You can check that using control divide in your calculator, or another way is, hey, this is 11 over 5. But the b value is positive 8, so you know negative 8 was wrong, that was wrong, and you know the slope is positive, so could have been that one. 11 over 5x plus 8 is the best answer. Okay, you can also eliminate things that don't make sense. Number 10, you have this graph. What are the slope and y-intercept? So this start at these 2 points, start on the left, down 2, right 1. Slope is -2 over 1, which is -2. Then your b is right where it hits the y-axis at 2. So our slope is -2, our y-intercept crosses the y-axis at +2. Letter D is our answer. So for these next two, well, for this next one, we can do an end solve. Okay, if you're finding the solution, you can do end solve, which is what? Menu 3-1. Hold on 1 second. Just don't forget comma x. Don't forget the comma x. So let's do that. Menu 3-1, 3 parentheses, x minus 5 plus 6 equals 6, 3x minus sine 6. And I did what I told you not to do. Don't forget comma x. So if you get that error, put in that comma x. I got 1.8. 1.8. Cool. Then number 12, if I'm finding p of 3, that means replace x with 3. So it's -3, 3 plus 2 squared minus 7. I go to my calculator, -3 parentheses 3 plus 2 squared minus 7. Not negative, minus. If you get the wrong sign, change your answer. So -82 works out. All right. 13, table of values shows a linear relationship. What is the slope? Okay. So again, slope, you can do change in y over change in x, or you can do a linear regression, menu 413, and look at the m. Either way, but 9 up to 12 is adding 3, 0 up to 2 is adding 2, change in y over change in x is 3 over 2. Okay. 14, domain and range. So domain is x from left to right, range is y from bottom to top. The domain, how far to the left does this go? It's shaded in at -6. So domain is from left to right, so it's from domain is from -6. And since it's shaded in, we have to underline it, okay? X, underline it, all the way over to here, and the X value is right here at 5, okay? So the domain goes from -6 to 5, underline because it's shaded in, okay? Underline because it's shaded in, okay? The range from bottom to top. So now the bottom is here at -8. Again, it's shaded in, so it's underlined. We're using Y this time, underlined, and it goes all the way up here, which is also 8. Okay, our best answer for that is going to be letter D. Okay, B, the inequalities are wrong, and then same for A. And then C has it switched around with the numbers. Okay, all right, one more page here. Given the graph, identify the type of function as well as if the function shows growth or decay. So it's going up to the right. That is growth. Okay, and it's a straight line, so it is linear. Linear function growth. Okay. All right, 16. What's the solution to this equation? Once again, we can do nsolve. So we'll do menu 3, 1. Don't forget comma x when you do it. So menu 3, 1, negative sign 3, parentheses 5x minus sign 6, parentheses equals 7, parentheses 36, minus sign 3x, parentheses, don't forget the comma x, 39, 30, oops, 9. Make sure you don't spill into another number. Okay. Last but not least, you're going to write a complete sentence explaining if it's increasing or decreasing, right? This is increasing because it's going up to the right. Okay. Up to the right, not down to the right. Cool. All right, that's your review.